This shot was on SportsCenter. So was this one. And this one. And even this one. Now, what made those shots so special that they were on SportsCenter over all the other highlights going on in the world? I'm going to break that down in this video on what makes a certain shot special, and the shot could actually speak larger than the moment. If you guys don't know who I am Christian Najikaitis. I'm a sports videographer based in Omaha, Nebraska, and I really just cover all sports here in Nebraska, and that's how I'm able to capture some of these moments that do get noticed on SportsCenter and even made the SportsCenter top 10, and I'm not talking top 10, I'm talking top 2. So what really made those shots special that a large corporation like SportsCenter noticed? As someone who's always been around sports and now I'm in the sports videography industry, it has always been my goal to see myself on SportsCenter top 10, and I was able to accomplish this past year. Unfortunately, it wasn't actually me doing the act, but it's my video, the content that I produce that's on screen and for millions to see. So yes, the plays that I showed you at the beginning of the video, they are awesome, and honestly, like, if any of those missed or none of those happened, those would never be posted on SportsCenter or House of Highlights or a bunch of corporations that picked that up. So obviously, shout out to the players that actually did those acts, because I was just the one recording it. And my argument to that is I have a bunch of other clips. I mean, I shoot year round, and very select have made it on to see the better of the light, like on SportsCenter, on House of Highlights, and gotten millions of views on my page and on the people I work for, their page. So yeah, like there are other cool moments that just never get seen, and I think it's really on how you portray the story and how that story is told. So I'm gonna kind of be walking through some of those shots on how I was able to capture those shots in the moment and the reason why they might have gone more viral than I thought they would have. So the first shot that I captured was this buzzer beater. It happened in the state championship here in Nebraska. No, it wasn't to like win a state title, it was to go on to the next round. I think this was the first round out of 3, so it was a really cool moment to actually experience that, and the fact that I have that on camera and like have that saved is so cool. But let me break down exactly what was going through my mindset, because there's a lot more than just clicking record when I'm out filming some of these big highlight type games. So let me kind of walk through that moment and why it was so special to me, and obviously the players that experienced the right end of that buzzer beater. So what I was kind of doing was working for a media company and news outlet that was covering the whole state tournament, and in the end I was kind of the dude that made the end of state recap, which is on my Instagram page pinned. I love this video. I can always do a breakdown on that because this video is one of the coolest videos I've ever made, and I love how it turned out. So let me know in the comments if you guys want a breakdown of that video. But back to the point, I was kind of working with a couple other creatives that were down on the court. They were filming the game, and my main goal was to get enough content for this big recap. I knew that they were down on the court, so I didn't have to worry about being down on the court, and the last thing I want to do is just get the exact same angle that the same people I'm working for have that angle. It just doesn't make sense. And in this moment, I was actually not expecting it to turn out the way it did. It was a very dramatic moment, and when I'm shooting with the Sony FX3, I'm able to slow it down to like super slow motion like the video showed, and it really draws this amount of tension in the video, and the viewer is stuck wondering what's going to happen next, and then you see the reaction, you see the shot go in, and you get so much in this shot. You see the score, you see fan reaction, you see the other team's reaction, you just see so much in this shot, and I think this is one reason it went mega viral. So because I positioned myself in the best possible spot for our company, I had a very unique angle that nobody else on I think the arena had. Like, everyone was kind of living in the moment. Like, there's probably phone angles from around the gym and around the arena, but besides the broadcast, like, nobody had an angle like I had. So the next shot that got really viral and actually making it into SportsCenter top 10 and putting it in the 2 spot was this shot during a local golf tournament in Omaha. We have this tournament that's in the Korn Ferry Tour, so kind of leading up to the PGA Tours. We actually had Scotty Scheffler a couple years ago playing this tournament, and the fact that it's in Omaha, Nebraska is like huge for Omaha. Like, we don't have too much going for ourselves, and the fact that this huge golf tournament was there made this opportunity too large for us to miss out on. The company that I work for, still the same company, we are the main media sponsors for this golf tournament, and so we have pretty much access to be wherever we want when covering this event. And so I was able to be on the 18th hole in the perfect spot, right where I needed to be, but it's not as simple as that. The actual shot is this guy named Christo. He is a pretty good golfer, clearly, and he was in second place, and this was the final day, and gets to the 18th hole. He's still in second place. He's down by a shot, and he's actually not even in the last group. Normally, if you guys don't know how golf works, especially like these tours like this, the best golfers are last. The dude that's gonna win it is golfing last. He puts it in last. There's rarely groups behind the winner, and so we noticed the score was pretty close. And shout out Kyle, one of our videographers. He pretty much said like, hey Christian, like, go follow this other golfer in case like there's any crazy drama that goes on. And he said just go follow this dude, and that's exactly what I did. So I followed him for about 3 holes, and he was golfing all right. Like, the couple shots where I thought he had a chance to really either tie it up or get into the lead, he kind of just missed his putt or whatever. And so I didn't really think much of it, and I was like, okay, I'm just following this dude just in case something happens, just in case we have this clip. I felt like I was kind of put on it, like nothing's gonna happen, but just go follow this guy. And so I went and I followed him for a couple holes and got a couple creative shots with him, just walking in and out of frame, and really didn't think anything of it. And we had a whole plan set in place for when the winners get to the 18th hole, like where I'm supposed to be, where Kyle with a gimbal, where we had like 5 videographers, where they're all supposed to be. And once this Christo dude was actually close to winning, that screwed up that whole plan. I was supposed to be in the spot that I was where I got this shot, but I was supposed to be way tighter and actually in on his reaction of him making the last putt or whatever it was. And since Kyle and everyone else were on the last group, I really had to position myself to make sure you see the ball going in the hole, his reaction. Like, there was so much behind the scenes that was going on in my head to make this shot perfect. And that's exactly what happened. Is I was really quick on my feet onto like knowing, okay, half of our videographers are following the possible winners, and I'm following this dude. In case he somehow makes this crazy shot, like, I need to make sure I have that clip, and it shows his reaction, the ball going in, the caddy throwing the putter across the green. Like, it just would need to have everything. And I honestly was in the best possible position because I had that preparation beforehand, knowing what shot I needed because nobody else was there. So that's another big thing, is preparation. I was in the perfect spot at the perfect time, and I don't think it was luck. I know that I knew where I was supposed to be, so just knowing exactly where you're supposed to be is perfect. Luckily, we had pretty much access to wherever we wanted to be as long as we're not in the golfer's way. And so I was in the perfect spot at the perfect time, and shout out this dude for making that shot. Like, I know I can never do that, but I was also in the perfect spot. So who really got the better shot, me or Christo? Like, the other 2 videos that kind of went crazy viral are really self-explanatory. It's also just being creative and not getting what everyone else is getting. There's one side of a dude upset about losing this state championship or something, and then another side is kids barking at another player. Like, just being really creative with your videos and not knowing who could ever watch your video is so unique. And I think this is just really just a sign to me, and hopefully a sign to everyone else, is you just gotta create. Like, there are gonna be loads of videos that just flop, but then clearly there are gonna be loads of videos that just reach the right audience and they just continue to blow up. If you guys did enjoy, please subscribe. I'm so open to teaching you guys anything that I know. I love teaching an audience, and teaching an audience that wants to learn about everything that I've learned so far. Thank you guys.